how would you describe the level of excitement going into each new season based on the amount of work that's put in every offseason and just the possibility and the potential that you have something very special on your hands that could potentially win it all?
It's interesting. I don't want to sound jaded, but I think as I approach each spring training with excitement, I love that period of time. It's a period of renewal. You're excited to kind of see the game again instead of just talking about it. You're excited to be outside and hear the crack of the bat, smell fresh cut grass, all those things. It's a renewal. It's rejuvenative every year to go through that. As we approach the start of the regular season, and this is unique to Major League Baseball from the other professional sports, it's 162 games, Folarin. I mean, it's 162, man. That is a long, long schedule. It is the one thing you are assured, even if you're an elite team wins, 95 games, is that you're going to lose 67 games. That's a lot of losses, And so I think rather than getting excited, I kind of brace myself before the season starts. Okay, prepare for the journey. There will be ups, but there will also be a lot of very tough stretches. That is inevitable. You're going to deal with things that you did not plan for, that you did not expect. That is also a certainty. So I kind of manage my own expectations going in. I've tried to remind myself that I need to enjoy the good times, that like we're right now. We just won 7 games in a row. We're, in a really good stretch, 9 of our last 13. So I work hard to remind myself to enjoy these times, but I tend to always worry about the next thing that's coming and the next challenge that's coming. That's just by my nature. I think that's kind of our jobs, is to be prepared. We're professional warriors, prepare for the next challenge and that's coming, and be ready for it. So that's a very long answer to a simple question. You probably didn't, it didn't need to be that long. That's probably not a good interview job by me, but that is kind of my internal conversation heading into a season.
And no, I love long answers. That's why podcasts exist, because it's a long form conversation, so you can speak as much as you want. But how long did it take you till you're able to get to that mind frame of, okay, it's 162 games, I need to brace myself? Because I imagine like your first season as GM, you're probably like, okay, let's get it day one. And then you're like, oh, after game one, there's 161 more games to go. So how long did it take you to get into that mind frame?
I have a lot of memories. My very first game as a GM, I remember being in Anaheim watching us play the Angels, and it was like a nail biter, like 2-1 win, and my stomach was in knots, and I was like, had a headache, and I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, holy cow, how am I going to last doing this job? And I think more it's just, at some point, I don't know when it is, but at some point after you get to the job of GM or team president, where you're overseeing the whole organization, and after you've gone through the cycle 4 or 5 times, you start to say to yourself, how can I be sustainable, in this job? It's a relevant topic in today's world, because more and more young people are thinking about sustainability in careers, and life balance. So it was more for me like, okay, how can I have longevity? How can I be sustainable in an industry that creates so much pressure, that is so emotionally and mentally challenging? And I think you just develop your own strategies to do that, whether it's having perspective, whether it's having other things in your life that are important to you that you spend time and get balance from. Or whether it's looking for different things from the job than just external approval. I think that would probably be the most important thing, that, the external piece and the public sided piece is going to go up and down. You're going to be really smart when you win, and you're going to be really dumb when you lose in the eyes of your market. So it's so important to separate the results from your self-esteem, from yourself, your sense of self. So for me, it was a journey to work really hard to define myself, like what makes me happy, fulfilled, at peace, content, who am I with, and what am I doing, to gain that level of fulfillment and peace, and continue to focus on those process-based, things that provide me with a level of fulfillment, knowing that if I do those really well, the results over time will follow. But not riding the roller coaster of results. That's a part of 162 games.